signals the 100 partnership. And he's gone. That came off the glove. Woolmer wasn't really waiting there, but it was a good delivery from Andy Roberts. It was quicker. He bowled his first over in this spell at about half pace, the second at 3/4, and that one really was motoring as it flicked Woolmer's glove and went through to Derek Murray. So it's Woolmer caught, Murray bowled, Roberts 29. Goes off the mark. Straight single out past the stumps. Oh, that's well bowled. Yes, that cut back very sharply. It looked to me as though it was probably the in swing at a Gower anyway, but it came back a long way once it had hit the pitch.
Just flicked away down to a long leg. Marshall is there, but misses it. So both of them off the mark with 4 runs. And that's a little dolly catch, and both of them goes. Robert strikes, Richard stakes the catch, and Ian Botham goes for a solitary boundary. 180 for 5.
I'm sure this was an attempted bouncer, and Ian Botham for once decided not to hook. And finally didn't know whether to stick or twist, and it found the shoulder of the bat.
Gets away, guiding it down to Joel Garner at 3rd man for a single. And he's pulled it on. It's the end of boycott. Roberts got it, another wicket. Inside edge, and that really is a bitter blow for England. Boycott out there for well over 5.5 hours, holding this England reply together. Shade unlucky there. Ball lifted off just short of a length, and he played it down very hard onto the wicket. So 6 men out now for 183. Boycott out, bowled by Roberts for 74.
Allen knocks off the mark. The 200 up for England. So it's 200 less 45, the lead, and 4 wickets in hand.
Alan Knott, who uses this square-on stance, as we say, shoulders pointing more towards the wicket. Hand round the back of the bat helps him as a small man to get up to the lifting ball. Leg byes, 4 leg byes, just flicking Alan Knott's pad on the way. Oh, in fact, it just clipped his leg, and that can be very, very painful.
Change in the bowling now. Roberts goes off, and Malcolm Marshall comes on. Willie's taking strike. And there's 4. Fairly flashed away there behind point. He didn't quite get it off the meat of the bat. the 50th extra of the innings. 213 for 6.
Willie on 20, holding the bowler. That must have hurt. He hasn't shown anything at all yet. Ducked right into that one. He's given him out from coming round the wicket. And that, to me, is quite a remarkable decision. I would have thought he had to bring the ball back at him from bowling at that wide angle, but up goes umpire Constant's finger, and Allen won't be all that pleased.
We're going back to wrong lever.
Ball, of course, has got the pitch in line in any case, and it's always very difficult bowling round the wicket. Pitch on and hit, as the ball has been angled across the wickets the whole time. So lever at the far end now to face Holding. And that nicely timed shot, stroked it away, very calmly and very casually down to third man. And Willie facing. That's a lovely shot. That's 4 runs. Over pitch ball. That was a perfect example of good timing there. Wasn't hit with any power, just clipped quite beautifully across square leg for 4. Little flick of the wrist. Marshall to Willie. And he's hammered another glorious 4 over pitch. Foot right to the pitch of the ball and cracked it through the offside. And I suppose a few people will be wondering why this couldn't have happened a little while ago. Well, a tragedy there. Out in a similar style there to Boycott, dragging it on. A bit of bad luck there for Peter Willey. That ball didn't rise quite as much as the others. He was looking to give himself a little bit of room. Crack it through the offside, and an inside edge drags it on to the off stump. So Peter Willey goes for 38. And there it is again.
And he's gone first ball. What a start for England. A great performance and just what they needed. 109 for 3 now. And a marvellous moment there for a team that has its backs right against the wall. Oh, a good shot to get off the mark. That outfield's quite slow today. There's been some heavy rain here at Trent Bridge. May well be able to bring the ball into the right-hander. Gooch. 3 West Indies. 83 needed. Oh, what a good catch. He poached it from Ian Botham, and a great delivery from Bob Willis. Not he wouldn't have been too pleased, nor would anyone else, that that got away. He was right across in front of first slip. And there's a lot of tension around here. There mightn't be very many people, but Clive Lloyd is the last of the recognised batsmen coming out now to bat with that injured hand, the whip.
And he's given him out LBW. Willis strikes. Clive Lloyd has gone LBW. Tremendous performance this by Bob Willis here this morning. Lively pace. And right on target. 129 for 4. Lloyd, LBW to Willis for 3. That's a good stop. Tried for the boundary, he's hooked it away. And it's 4 more runs. Good runs to do here. Wilmer head down, giving it chase, but little chance of stopping it. That takes Desmond Haynes on to 49. A most valuable innings for his side. And he's dropped him. Oh dear, 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 dear. Well, that could be a fairly vital miss. And a catch can be the difference between winning and losing. So a great deal of sympathy there for Mike Hendrick, who's picked up so many very valuable catches. Wonderfully safe pair of hands normally, but just look again at this, the outside edge. And 9 times out of 10, absolutely certain Hendrick would have stuck hold of that. So lucky let off for Haynes. He stays on 49, total on 160 for 5.
And half-century for Desmond Haynes. It's been a very restrained innings, but a very good one for the right-hander. He's on 50, Murray 17, 164 for 5. 44 needed, 5 wickets in hand. Oh, what a marvellous catch to make up for what he missed in the over before. He took off there and just pulled it out of thin air, and Derek Murray has gone for 16. Caught Hendrick bowled Willis, and that's the sort of catch that can win a cricket match. 165 for 6.
Well, it's flown high, way wide of him. He's off the ground, way off the ground as the ball smacked into his right hand. And really marvellous that he was able to make up for the previous drop. Magnificent bowling too by Bob Willis here in his 9th over. Really lovely catch.
165 for 6. There's 3 slips waiting there now with the gully. And Haynes eager now to keep his lesser partners away from the strike. Good shot again. Gow will need to chase that. It was better timed, but still pulling up very quickly just inside the boundary. An enormous amount of tension around this Trent Bridge ground this morning in that first session, with those 4 wickets going down. Backus for 19, Kallicharran 9, Lloyd 3, Murray 16, and at lunch Haynes was 58, and Marshall 3, with 32 needed to win for the West Indies, and 4 more wickets to be taken by England. The star of the first session there for England, Bob Willis, finishing with 4 for 51 at that stage. Hendrick had 1 wicket this morning, that of Backus, and then Ian Botham had the one yesterday. Here's the first ball after the luncheon interval. Bob Willis is the bowler. Malcolm Marshall is taking strike, and in the commentary box it's Mike Smith and Jim Laker.
That's edged over the top. It's 4 runs. Willis again. And he's pulled it on. And he's got the wicket. Marshall goes for 7. It's another victim for Bob Willis, continuing this really heroic spell he's had here this morning. 180 for 7 now. The West Indies, 28 wanted and just 3 wickets left. And this test match boiling up into a really grand finale. So Willis coming out to join Haynes, who's been there since the start. 28 wanted. 3 wickets now left, and runs there immediately for Andy Roberts, just a single. Piercing the cordon of close catches. And that's the big one over the top. Glorious straight 6. Well, 1 bounce short of 6, in fact. Glorious straight hit. And that's the one that Andy Roberts has been waiting for. Pitched up in his half. And it was quite beautifully struck there by the pace bowler. 14 wanted. It's Haynes at the moment, who's kept going ever since the start. So the English hero who's bowled supremely well here this morning. And bowls another absolute cracker there outside the off stump. Really back. Well, every run going to be cheered by those West Indian supporters over there. It's only one they've got to cheer this time. He's gone for the big one. He's hoisted it high. Gower is getting underneath it, and he's dropped it. And there's nobody more upset, I do assure you, than David Gower. That's possibly one of the first catches I've seen him miss. Certainly of that type of catch. Great relief for Roberts. So 2 going on the board to Roberts. Difference down to 10 now. And that's hoisted high again. It's a chance this time for Gooch. Gooch is underneath it, and he's dropped it. It was off a no ball, in fact. In the flurry of excitement, Constant hand still held away to his left. That's Lever moving quickly, and a lovely throw, but shake of the head there from umpire Constant. Haynes has made his ground. Nice piece of fielding there. Well, it's now to Roberts. And screaming yes. Haynes to get down there, pinch another single. Haynes has come down a long way, and it's a good throw, and he's run out. Oh, what a tragedy there for Haynes. But Peter Willey coming into the act. Haven't seen much of Peter in the field. He's had little to do, but he's brought an abrupt end there to Desmond Haynes' innings. And disappointment written all over his face. Both of them handled this pretty well here today. He's got the field just about right for this sort of situation. 2 close catches, and the 5 men in to save the one. There's the big one that wins the match. So Andy Roberts has done it in the end. Couldn't resist the temptation, and it paid off. A great big swing over mid-wicket brings 4 runs and victory.